time, the map opens up a bit more for it. I think T side of Inferno doesn't have much AWPing going on these days, and even CT side, it's very turrety. Can't get as aggressive. We're straight into the action here, though. QB up close does get bested on those Julies. He was the only one here for a time. It seems like they were thinking more towards a B hit than anything, but Eternal Fire mixing it up. Wicadia at range with the Julies will find the head of body 4 versus 3.
Well. Afro, he's got a bit of a drop, but a shadow betrays him. So they're ready for it, but he's spotted the bomb dipping back, and he will get one before he falls. So at the very least, keeping this possible. Woxic's going to hear these steps. He's going to get a freebie. Might even get 2. In fact, that he will. Woxic will close it. Beautifully done by Woxic. Like we said, maybe the orbs aren't even going to be needed. Woxic's pretty crisp with the pistols, pretty crisp with the rifles as well when he wants to get going. Another pistol round taken by Eternal Fire. They've won the bulk of them in this series now. Really decent to see. Wicadia, if he can find his form early once again, he's coming as such a difficult guy to stop. But I think they just get pulled a little too thin in that one. They just can't find a way to trade effectively. The timing just a little off. Looks like we might have a technical issue though. I think we may have lost someone. Oh no, just a sound issue. I think we've lost Matties. He's under the desk. I think he's looking for to replug his cable in or something. But yeah, hopefully only a brief thing, and then we can get going once again. CS is pretty hard to play without sound, in all fairness.
It's true. It's true. You know, sometimes I'd be playing with the music on. Just that's
yeah, I do that in DM. Bit of DM.
Challenge.
But...
Nah, sometimes in the real games, mate. And then when you turn the music off, that's serious time.
Try harding.
Yeah, when you start losing. But you never know. You might be in for a nice ride in Premier. You might get a cheater on your team, mate. We've got to stop roasting Counter-Strike, but
I mean,
you know,
you're spitting facts, brother. I mean, I can't even lie to you. But yeah, I'm very much I'm gonna throw us back so these Zoomers won't understand what I'm talking about. But I'm a JDMer. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got like my desk has got like a bar at the back. Kick the feet up, chair goes back. It's good times, man. It's good times. Even when I'm feeling really, really JDM, like keyboard goes on the lap.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm like horizontal.
That's a level I've not explored yet.
That's when I really do not care, though. Like, you know, I am throwing the game more or less at that point.
You're hard.
Shut up.
Man.
Oh, hopefully back on the way in just a second. And I guess while we have this break, hopefully Scriv can sort out his attitude because. But now, though, deep into a third match. Well, a long day because we got delayed basically from the first game, so it's been kind of pushed back all the way. So it has been it's a late finish by Pro League standards, but we're all here for it, man. We're ready for the for the late nights. You know, yeah, some really good Counter-Strike here. I think the other games have finished now as well, so we are the last ones going. So if you are joining us, hello, welcome. How's it been? We had a game on the A stream, which was a VP taking on FaZe. FaZe won that one 2-0. From my understanding, we were live, so I didn't catch any of it, but it looked relatively simple. 13-10 map 1, 13-4 on map 2. So yeah, pretty simple. For FaZe, so at the very least it's good for them. But yeah, man, Virtus Pro in the last chance was not, you know, the expectation for me basically at all.
It just figured, you know, adding in Electronic would be a lovely little 1-for-1 swap, and all the things that Electronic, I suppose, but still, you know, it might be a bit of an adjust. But all the things Electronic said sound positive. You know, he's throwing a bit of shade to Cloud9. He was like, yeah, it feels like I'm playing in a team rather than just 5 individuals. It's like sound, you know.
All right.
So he's come from a bit of a negative spot into kind of a positive one, but they can't make it work. So I don't know, man. I don't know. It's an interesting, yeah, last chance early on. I don't know about that, dog. I don't know about that. I feel like they should have been in a pretty safe spot by now.
Yeah.
But then you face off against FaZe in the lower bracket type thing. You know, once you've lost the game, it's obviously not an official lower bracket. It's hard to give nomenclature to these stages, but all the same, facing off against FaZe is not nice when you're battling for your tournament life, as it were.
No, I think you're right. I think you are right. See, apparently we do have a little audio issue, I think is what we're getting here. So, plug him in again, mate. You'll be all right. You've got headphones on, so at the very least, that's a good start. We should be hopefully going in just a moment. It's only a pistol, so I guess not the end of the world that was lost. If you don't have sound for a pistol, it's not the worst thing in the world. But we are live. We're back. Round number 2. That's come on the way, of course. Turn of Fire, the only side with the money. So back into the buy for them. We aren't really going to see one from fnatic, but of course that is the expectation. Triple Mac 10, Galil, and an AK in the hands of Woxic. Pretty decent pistol from him. 2 crispy kills at the tail end. We're looking for more of that. Somebody had a bit of a quiet game at times on Inferno. But again, basically everybody bar Wicadia did for the entirety. Obviously, XANTARES' incredible second half. The first was a little rough. They've pushed down B stairs. Calix has got his one. And Taro's get one as well. He might get a second. I think he knows the Gen play is here, and he does. Kills all around. The only thing is, do they know about Afro? I think they do. Yeah, he knows. He knows. He's cleared his angles. He's done his wipe rack. Last man on body. He's tucked here. He might get one. I can't imagine any more than that. Let's get it and trade it out. Easy stuff. Very simple pistol.
Yeah. Very, very easy indeed. Takes a bit of wind out from the rounds, from the victories and whatnot, but thankfully, I suppose, as far as tech pauses go, it's not egregious, and then it's also early enough. It's not like you're tensed up 9 to 11.
We've had some bad tech pauses.
Yeah, of course, man, of course.
What's the funniest one you've had?
Funniest? None of them are funny. I don't know. I mean, it's always good. It's always good, like the back and forth when we can do that. That's always nice. I don't know. I heard
like funniest reason for it.
Like spilling water. I know there was one years ago that I heard of where it was like some guy had to. Like, he'd left for like 15 minutes because he had to go and let his parents in or something. Something weird. Like, he was, you know, house sitting, but he wasn't in the same place. Or I don't know. He like ran off, left his house, got some keys, came back. You know, it wasn't a tech issue at all. Really.
Yeah, he just milking it a bit. Speaking of, this round actually is opening up a bit. Afro only gets one. Couple of early kills there in the round by XANTARES. Basically saw that one in place. And Grim's all that's left. Met of a smoke. He's a big ask here. He's trying to stick around. He actually does peer through it. Nobody's showing any face here for a turn of fire. Might start to sow the seeds of doubt. And Major's not exactly going quiet about it as he runs down ramp. But it's a big flank. Calix could catch him. That could be the difference maker. Is Calix clear it? Does he? Check. He does. Just about. So a turn of fire. Make it 3 for 3. Good start for them. And again, this will be a now low buy coming through for fnatic. So I guess funny tech timeout talk. I had a really good one really early in my career, like 4 years ago maybe. That basically ended up a team who lost map 1, had to forfeit map 2 about 4 rounds in, and then lose the series because a guy got jumping scouted and he punched his monitor and broke it.
Sounds about right.
Yeah, that's pretty funny.
Sound about right.
It's pretty funny.
Yeah. We've all been there. Especially if our name begins with D and rhymes with rice.
It's alright, he's promised he's never doing it anymore.
He has promised.
He will not be punching it. He's going Zen mode, he said.
And it's paying off, apparently. Either way, Eternal Fire, they're doing things, getting kills. Looking for the 4th round. We've got to be careful we don't fully derail it, you know, from the tech pause. Thus far, looking good. Woxic will manage to find the head of Afro. Eternal Fire. It's a wonderful bounce back, I think, from them now. They've looked very, very good on this map. You potentially expect a team, after what happened on Inferno, to come into this one and be like, oh my goodness, it's 11 o'clock right now for them, you know.
True.
More counters. It's like, I don't know, man. And it takes a lot to remain in the right headspace.
Well, Utah has a precaution over towards A, but yeah, no one's there towards headshot. 257s is all that's left. Wicadia going to tuck up close. He got Major's first contact, so pretty simple setup for them, to be perfectly honest. Sticking around for any exits at the tail end, but I don't think it's going to be gifted their way. Major, I think he heard something. Somebody heard something. I think Wicadia might have calmed that over. Whether it was, you know, the scrunch of the trousers or whatever, even a little step. He's not sticking around. Crim's looking for anybody lurking. Nothing going to be given up his way. And that'll be that. Eternal Fire 4-0 and flawlessly as well against the low buy. Good to see. Just pretty level-headed in these sort of rounds, making sure they're not giving up any opportunities. That's exactly what we want.
Just all falls quiet in between rounds, though. Nice and chillaxed, I think, for Eternal Fire. Not too high energy at this point. Just trying to stay calm for these important rounds. Full buy for fnatic and emphasis on full for sure. This looks really good for them, so they've got to do something with it. Give us something to believe in here on that CT side. Body, not the best of starts for him. He's been on the receiving end of the AKs quite often. Oh, Wicadia, cheeky angle. Molotov will get him, however. And that's not how Eternal Fire wanted to start this one.
So, off the back of that initial kill as well, fnatic aren't doing anything too audacious here. They're just going to stick around and body up, basically. They don't need to overface too much. The group in Eternal Fire, they want to continue pushing towards A. And it's worked so far. Why not? Afro in the corner. Molotov will come down. That'll force him forward, but not actually work in his favor. Missed shot, full blind, no chance. As XANTARES deletes him. Matty's up close. He's got to now pull off a bit of heroics here to keep them from getting this sight, but he's spotted. Oh, missed shot from Woxig. Ah, that's awkward. Thankfully, Calyx can trade, but Woxig should be hitting those. He just slightly panics.
Body lucky to be alive. Smoke going to go down. Body just not spotting anybody. Oh, the spam is close. It's the nade that does it. And it also sets up another one for QB on high. Going to be down to XANTARES. He's been heard running away here. Looking for a way back round. Smoke on top of the bomb. There's a kit on it. He's got to get in here quick. He's not moving fast enough for this at all. Hoping it's a tap. Hoping maybe it's a 10-second hold. It's neither of those things. He loses the round before he even reveals himself, and fnatic find themselves on the board.
Oh, so, for fnatic, that's good. That's a good retake. The nades are such an important kill, just to give them a bit of breathing space, just to realize that sight itself is clear, and they can start to make a move through that smoke. Matty's, it is an important kill that he gets just that one. I think if he doesn't, Woxig can set himself over towards sandbags. They can plant kind of for him. It's okay, but yeah, look, that nade, not only gets a kill, but it cracks it open for QB to get one of his own. Shabby. High back here for Eternal Fire. Wicadia is so damn quick. That's a double from Wicadia. Looks for the third, but Afro there to meet him.
Pretty disgusting stuff. We'll see. There's still potential for fnatic to get back into this. They're trying to read the round. Might just be able to do so, to be fair, Neo. Rotating everybody towards the B side of things, and that is indeed where the bomb is going to end up. Slow roll for Eternal Fire. They'll start to pick up the pace. A very fast execute once it gets going. QB. Oh, he takes the aggressive swing. It might just be the move that they need. Crim's clean from him. Afro chimes in too. It's Woxic all alone. They were far more ready for this hit than I think Eternal Fire were expecting. Gets his hands onto the bomb. He's going to look to dip and maybe try and quickly make his way towards A. And although it is a very loud rotation, they're not going to be able to hear him from where they're at least not yet. I think they'll start to figure it out, but he'll get in and get this bomb down in pretty good time.
Yeah, and there's a rifle to work with if he wants. He's going to go for the open plant as well. Afro pushing through. That forces Woxic off. Versus two, and he misses a shot. Comes to see it off. Just that little panic as Afro flew through the smoke, and oh, just like that. That'll be the denial. No bomb plan, no round. chance, and fnatic keeping their story in this. You know, there was a lot of question marks about when this fnatic roster came together, saying kind of how competitive it would be at that tier 1 stage, or kind of would it even, and we are starting to see, especially with the Virtus Pro game and now this one here, that, yeah, I mean, they're two very difficult sides to play against. You've got VP, granted, I guess, a recent change, so we can give them, you know, a little bit of an asterisk above the head, but XANTARES and NoJo, this is such a difficult side to play against. When they get going, they're so hard, and I mean, at the moment, pulling it back to overtime and then winning it on Inferno against XANTARES, no joke, and you're on Vertigo. Now the Rifles are out, starting to make this competitive too. This is good. fnatic are far from done in this series.
Gap will close quickly here. Eternal Fire back with a pretty broken buy, just about is serviceable. It comes in from body. Tiny bit of damage done, but nothing too substantial here. Toxic. Gonna eat it again. It's actually XANTARES who takes even more damage. Body's being spotted out at the sandbag. Got to be careful. May well have spotted what looks to be an AWPing player. He sticks around, goes in for the swing confidently, comes away with 2 before the trade is even there. An Eternal Fire down by a man. They will be absolutely kicking themselves. Woxic particularly, that he's unable to find body before he does the damage.
Matty's going to reclaim some space too. I don't mind this. Going to try and get in there. Not a huge amount though. Offering up as Calix starts to make a move. Matty's hopefully not playing too much contact. Waiting for information, then going to go. Here's a little bit. Drops the smoke. But Calix didn't get out in front of this. So Matty's might be caught blindsided. He just about creeps around that corner. As Calix starts to continue making a move, they might not expect him on this timing. Smoke going to come down. Flash 2. But it's Afro finds one just before that smoke blooms. Does he go on high here, Calix? It's such a risk. Bomb going to go down too. I don't think you want to do it in a 2 versus 4. He has to get a little proactive. Oh, it's so labored to spray. Takes a lot of damage as well. This is not good. Both these guys, the last map and a bit now, have been pretty quiet. And now thrust into 2v4.
Slow moving from fnatic though, I must admit. Halfway gone already. Oh, there's a big frag from Maja. No one on the bomb just yet. Calix is close to the action. There's the tap. Oh my goodness, the damage done, but they just can't place the bullets properly. The defuse will come in. fnatic will be counting their lucky stars on that one. Could have gone south real fast if there was just 1 or 2 more well-placed shots. Not the case here though.
Very true. Very true. I think the second it goes into that 2v4 as well, with, you know, Maja having his individual struggles, I guess you could say, in terms of the fragging department. It was a real big ask. So, you know, once again, open the door to potentially fnatic starting to chain a little bit of momentum together. This is good work. Really good work. 4-3, but a low buy from Wicadia straight into the fight. The M4 finding the first. Oh my god, Wicadia is so good. The second as well for him. And he looks for more, and Afro going to try and play a little aggro, but it may be a bit too bold from this guy. He could get caught off guard by the lower weaponry.
Possible. Crim's going to find one through the smoke with the spam Afro. Meanwhile, contacting in, keeps his patience. His trigger discipline is so good. Crims will take a lot of damage through the smoke. We're as yet to get the bomb down, though. We're actually maybe not quite backing off, just looking for a different avenue of attack. Smoke comes in to allow Gap to fake run down the ramp. You know, just trying to overwhelm, confuse with the information or the lack thereof. Oh, Afro tries in for the banger, not able to find it. Molly goes in. That'll force the player off, but does not deny the plan.
This is tough. In this retake as well, they're going to group up here through short. With Crim so low, it does make it quite difficult. A lot of onus on the riflers. Afro and QB got to pull off a bit of magic here. Afro is probably going to get the test of it. In through short, looking for the fight, swings up on it. Did he spot the second? Well, Wicadia will reveal himself. Crim's on the swing. Not going to miss that one. So fnatic going to pull off the retake, going to pull off the fight, and staying alive in this by keeping this now at a very decent 4v4, or 4-4 in terms of the rounds, may I say. It's opening up. It really is. This is good work by fnatic. To be fair, though, not a bad round. Zone on fire, lower round, getting a bomb plant, decent amount of kills. You're not going to complain about it. We do need to see them start converting the premium gun rounds. They're the ones that make the difference. And that's where they've been kind of faltering a little bit. We saw it happen at times at the tail end on Inferno. We are seeing it develop just a little bit here too. Comes out both ways. Up in play for what? He doesn't really have enough money though. For at least the premium amount of util. Just one smoke's all he got to work with. Aside from that, not too shabby. A timeout called. As the coaches get on the mic. Back underway. fnatic tying this game up is good. They want to guarantee the bare minimum a tied game at the turn of the half. But the way they've been playing so far, they can start to push us just a little further.
It's possible. It definitely is possible. I mean, fnatic have done very, very well in this series, playing a lot of it on the back foot, a lot of it having to recover things, slow starters. That happens again here on Vertigo, and again, they have proven a bit faster this time that they do have what it takes to keep up with Eternal Fire.
Quiet, early, pop flash round, nobody showing just yet. So Oxy going to be given a decent amount of room to work with. Which again, I guess, no complaints with at the moment in through mid. Magic, the majority of his is, I guess, focus in that one. And the conversation that's relayed over is there was someone towards the right side. He didn't know about the left-hand side, though, so Afro can still lock it down. He might even hear the information to start to make a little move through stairs, hence why he's rotating over 45 seconds and income Eternal Fire towards B.
Afro, oh, the bottom of XANTARES spotted and he takes him. Absolutely glorious shot, however, short-lived. He's dealt with. QB, smoke goes down. And wow, a mental find on the spray there. That'll drop the bomb, makes life a bit difficult for Eternal Fire. It will be recovered, but just, you know, throws them off their pathing here. Calyx leading with the bomb, not really ideal. The rotations are in, they get mowed down. It's just Woxic left with only 10 seconds to do it. He takes a couple with him, but there's too many. That AWP only one shot at a time.
Yeah, I mean, a couple of nice shots. I give him his credit at the tail end there, but again, just a little bit too much needed to be done for the AWP. Like you said, it's just so easy to be traded. Nice shot. Front body. And even though he falls immediately afterwards, he just buys enough time. Rotates over. Beautiful work. Beautiful work. fnatic are really starting to chain them together. That's now 5 rounds in a row for them. XANTARES, good damage. Meets a Molotov to the face, but doesn't really do that much damage. And he's sticking around for the fight. Body trying to play above this. Spots one, drops one. XANTARES down. Opener goes the way of fnatic. And again, Eternal Fire just getting caught in limbo.
Body looking for a bit more as well. Oh, spots the head, but not fast enough for that. Matisse, as it goes down with an aggressive stance. Magic checking all his angles here or not? Oh, I thought he would. I thought he would. Crims gets the better of him before the rest of the team arrives as well. Which is perfect, isn't it, for fnatic? Man advantage. Crims faking the run away with the smoke. Gets himself another. Spots out that bomb. Lovely little move. He's now put it onto the shoulders of the rest of the team. QB is the only man that is called upon for number 6.
So, we are now opening up as bit by bit Eternal Fire are starting to flounder a tab. I mean, this is not looking too crisp from them. Getting caught in these rotations, getting caught in transition. And yeah, I mean, these rounds are getting a little bit close in the sense that it's being a bit of individual brilliance to see them off, but all that matters is fnatic are seeing them over. Never thought this was going to be the case, especially when you throw it back to the Inferno at 12-10. It felt like it was probably done at that point, and my oh my, look where we're at now. fnatic. Much better buy to work with, considering a double Galil and Calyx Deagle is what they've got. Maja individually been struggling this game so far as well. He struggled the last for a large majority too, but 1-8 is pretty rough. XANTARES, by his standards, a little quiet as well. He's normally really flying up there. Wicadia, though, still performing. Same for Woxic. As QB, we call upon in this one. What has he got for us? Molotov will meet him, and this time he gets deleted.
Yep, absolutely ready for him. They've played around that back 9 position. He doesn't like smoke, and he likes taking the fight. That is a tendency they've read very quickly. Crim's left low, finished off through the smoke, in fact. Bit faster, bit more aggressive, and just a nice adaptation in from Eternal Fire with the little tidbits. fnatic playing a difficult game. Eternal Fire working around it, adapting on the fly. Oh, no.
Just like me, for real.
Speaking of flies, Afro, you can't do that. And a tail between legs save for fnatic.
Just the face of disappointment. It's the best thing. He's still falling.
I think the thing is as well, like the player cams are slightly ahead of like what happens in game. So it's just funny that he was falling on our screen. He just like taking his hands off the keyboard. Like, I guess this is it. I guess there's nothing I can do now.
51 floors down to the bottom there. You hate to see it. You really do. It's just there, yeah. I mean, I don't think it would have made too much of a difference overall, but a little bit of comedy. A little bit. But yeah, another really decent response on Eternal Fire, which is absolutely needed. Like you said, I think they've just started to realize the tendencies of QB, and they are more than happy to take fights themselves. If he doesn't have that tendency to smoke and he actually wants to swing into the fights, then yeah, we'll take the fights all day. All day. Fun round of the half, 6-5. And map number 3, it is even between these two. Through the flames, Wicadia going to continue to make a move. He's sticking around here. Bye-bye, Afro. Oh, Wicadia loves to fight. Loves to get into the thick of it. But look at Body. Look at the gap he's found. He can catch all of them off guard. They are not ready for this timing.
No, not at all. Creeping around. Oh, there's a smoke in the way. There we go. He'll take 2, though. That should be enough. Oh, and a 3rd as well. That absolutely gets them back into the running here. 4-on-2. Smoke going down. And now he's just weary of the extremity. Calyx on the lurk. Red! Oh, so close to the ace. Robbed by Wicadia. Who else? 7-5, though. fnatic coming away with a slim lead. Once again, very solid on the rifles. The pistol makes things a lot less disastrous there for the Eternal Fire side. We're going to take a break. We'll catch you in the second half.
Don't worry, man, you've done this all before in the past.
I mean, it was many years ago.
Tell me how this whole kitchen happened.
Well, I played a game called Counter-Strike before, 1.6, top of the world. The new game came out, Global Offensive, I think it was. I didn't like it, so I convinced one of my older teammates that I played with before, Forrest, to, you know, make our own restaurant.
I was a bit skeptical at first, I gotta admit. Back in the day when we used to play, it was really passionate, but man, seeing in the kitchen, bringing that magic.
He was supposed to be a chef, but I thought it was better with the customers face to face, so I put him up there, you know, I think it was a better thing, so I became the head chef instead.
I really thought with this project was going to be something we did together.
He always understands what I want, I understand what he wants.
I'm a bit sad, honestly.
We make a perfect team, if you ask me.
We might need to get health and safety in here because getting pretty toxic in there, you know. The customers usually are pretty good, but there's this one guy that keeps coming back and all complaints about food. It's kind of like he's some kind of food fanatic or something.
So being a successful, you know, chef in general, have your own place and...
Sorry to interrupt, but the guy is back.
I mean, come on. He's always offended by food. So what seems to be the problem, sir?
I mean, this food is shit. I'm not paying for this.
Second and final half of the map and series here. In fact, it's come all the way down to this. A long one. A very, very long one indeed between these two teams. fnatic hard fought on map 2. Fighting pretty well here on Vertigo as well, to be honest. As I mentioned at the turn of the half, without the pistol, Eternal Fire have a very, very different ride now into the second. So we'll see if they can keep the pistol consistency coming.
This is the big question. It is. I mean, honestly, what a good game we've had so far, though. Again, all the way down to that third map. When it matters most, then, hey, as even, well, not as even as it can get, but pretty damn even. 7-5. I'll pop here towards B. There's actually only one playing. Calyx backside as they boost up. The flank being held. Body going to go up. Nobody close. Does a little jiggle. Doesn't spot anything. In comes the Util, though. And Calyx are desperately calling up rotations. Molly smoked the whole 9 yards, and the flash will force them off back gens. And now they've got the site. Full retake required for Eternal Fire.
Body trying to catch someone here out on the corner. There's just nobody around for that elusive first frag. Nothing happening for Eternal Fire either. The Julie's ringing off. Smoke's just buying more and more time here for fnatic. Body goes in for another look, but still nothing. Calyx jumping around with the flash. Oh my god, it's carnage. Absolute carnage. Madja for 2. XANTARES on the backside. What can he find on the Julies here? They're trying to overwhelm him. They will do so. In comes Madja to try and capitalize on all this madness. 10-second time is gone, but he will fall for good measure. fnatic win the all-important pistol there. Going to give them a big, big boost here into this second half.
Of all the times as well to win a pistol for a side who have generally so far this series struggled on them, that was perfect. It could not have got any better. Really, really decent time for them to come through. Get a pistol, start to solidify this T-side confidence out the gates. Oh, that's so important. Nice call as well. Has to be said by Body. A good amount of kind of set util to set play as well towards that site, which just worked so well. I mean, Calyx was so overwhelmed in a matter of moments. 8-5 and a 3-round buffer. There is a force out of Eternal Fire as they go in towards the MP9s. They lose this and they could be in a hell of a lot of trouble. We see fnatic pushing towards a 10-5 scoreline if they are to lose this. Katie, what do you got? Not the first, that's for damn sure, as he gets caught, but Body in transition will get traded.
Yeah, tried to put himself in a position to open up another frag for his squad. The MP9s, though, they are paying off. 4 versus 2, Afro and Crims. Trying to find a way through. It's Crims cutting off a bit of a flank. I think the key thing is where that bomb has ended up. And I'm finding it a bit difficult to see where it is on the minimap as well. I think it is just under one of the X's, I'm assuming. So either way, the kills are still coming round for Eternal Fire. Bomb or no bomb, they will all fall.
Yeah, that'll be that.
Ah, yes, indeed.
That'll be that. Good. Force by coming through and working. It's a bit of a rarity at times on the CT side, just because you can't bring, you know, traditionally you can't bring the likes of kind of Fat Masters across the board or anything of the sort, unless you win the round. On a lost pistol coming in towards a Force with MP9s, nicely done, really is. Make it work for them with kind of primarily half armors. They just stick together as a group. They go in expecting trades. fnatic, they themselves going to force buy in, but they can only bring one Galil and a few upgraded pistols. So a big ask, it has to be said. I'll flash down. XANTARES sticking around. He might even get a little aggro here. Look around. Free had a chance, but doesn't quite connect on towards Afro and a double away. As he said as well, it's been a little bit of a quiet game so far on Matties. He's normally the main guy we look towards in terms of the firepower for this side, but hasn't been able to find his form so far on Vertigo. If he can get active, get a little bit alive on the T side, which is actually where he does a lot of his best work, that's where fnatic are going to start to feel a lot more comfortable. Just like that.
Yeah, lovely. P250 in from Crims. So suddenly we actually have a proper round on our hands. This could get very, very weird indeed. Only 3 more to go, and yeah, with it panning out the way that it has, Eternal Fire are left completely guessing. They've got holes all over the defense. They have no information, importantly. Magic gets close to the action. Good for one. Able to drop back. They chase him down, though. Matties actually finds him before he makes it away. Only 2 left now for the Turkish squad. Really not looking too good. I think they might just save, to be honest with you. Molly comes in to, you know, give them some thinking time, give them an opportunity to maybe find a kill or 2. Both of them will now appear, and surely fnatic can work with it from here. They'll be able to play around the information that they have. Mattis finds himself another, XANTARES, the next to fall to the monster that is Mattis. Oh my goodness. Body on his feet.
Nice. I mean, like we said, right, they're only just across the way. They're so close to each other, these player boosts now. So Body making sure that Eternal Fire can see him, can see the team that are getting very close to beating them as well. Keita calls for a timeout, wants to get on the mic, wants to get a conversation going, but also probably just kind of make Eternal Fire sit in it a little bit, right? It's one of those things, playing the mental game to a degree. This sort of force by wars back and forth are so important. Win this and you get such a large chunk of momentum in your favor. And they know all too well about it, especially Keita. So, on the mic a little bit, Matty's having a conversation, but a good round from him. Needed. And just as we were calling upon him, right, we kind of said, this guy is so important for this team. If anyone's going to make a difference, if anyone's going to be the guy to spur on this T side, it is going to be Matty's. Does exactly that. The corner, Calyx caught by a flash. The only rifle for Eternal Fire has to make sure it goes down. If it does go down, it goes down with something. And XANTARES just Julies for him and walks like a 5-7.
fnatic do not want to mess up this opportunity. I think they are acutely aware that there will be some kind of a response from Eternal Fire, so it starts off very slow and info starving once again. Two smokes out from QB. Proper B hit here. Something a bit classic that they've been cooking up, but there's nobody ahead of these smokes, so it actually works quite nicely. The M4 spams away and reveals itself as the scary weapon. Not really anything that it's able to find, you know. A bit of chip damage, there's a bit more, but with that bomb going down and no info to work with, Eternal Fire will save.
Yeah, out of there. They just can't afford to stick around. There's no point. Having this buy and kind of going again next round, I think, is way more important. Maybe Wicadia might get a chance here. QB's having a little look, and he might overstay his welcome as he peers around the corner. Got Major to his left and Wicadia to his right, and one right in front of him. Two as Calyx rips head off. That is an M4 to be collected. At least we're on the MP9s. An upgrade. She'll take. He'll take every day of the week. Crims, though, he's got ideas. He doesn't want to let an M4 go into the wrong hands. There's one. There's Woxic. Any more for him? I think he may have died there at the tail end, but little giggle. Doesn't really matter. You've got a buy to work with. fnatic. Very important spur of rounds. But I guess as well on the other side, for the likes of Eternal Fire, making sure they have as much of those guns alive going forward is kind of all that matters. Yeah, it does go down at the tail end. But yeah, one of those things for them, right, is making sure, you know, another M4 picked up. It's not bad. 2 M4s to work with is feasible. This is now Eternal Fire, their third and final timeout called. No more opportunities after this point for Faber to kind of enter into the conversation. He has to sit and watch from the sidelines after this. And all the pressure goes back on towards the shoulders of Maja to call this team back to success. At the moment, it's looking anything but. This is a pretty hefty deficit, 10-6.
It is pretty rough. And again, it goes back to the pistol in the first half, man. The amount of rifle rounds we've had, maybe 2 or 3 out from Eternal Fire, it really is not good enough if they want to get the victory. So a big turnaround going to be needed. They're investing again into this. You know, Calyx only got $800. Like, there are some panicked economic decisions being made as well, is one of the big things that Eternal Fire maybe need to think about in future, but we'll see. Maybe they get the payoff here.
Oh yeah, let's see, right? Oh, Dink gonna come through. He's not bad, and the kill. Oh my god, they got 3. I made that 4. How is this working? QB gives it a college try, but my god, how has that worked? Julie's gonna find an important one. The nade as well. And then the swing through ramp. They just play a contact play and it works. So Eternal Fire, not done just yet. Over facing a little bit fnatic, a little flustered there. They just having a bit of cluttered comms. They had no idea what was going on. And the 2 rifles make sure to get active. A timeout now called again, this time by fnatic as they use their 2nd out of 3. Cater back on the mic. Us flashbanged. That's fnatic just in a bit of a weird spot for them. I don't think you want to over... Oh, well, I'll speak too soon. I was going to say, I don't think you want to overbuy here. It looks like they're going to go for it. AK dropped. 4.8k on body is feasible. Afro with 4k as well. It's just QB. I think actually they got one dropped over. When AWP is going to be picked up. So they are going to squeeze out a full bite. And as QB just takes a hit with a deagle. That's how they're going about it. Only the hand cannon for him to give Afro the chance on the AWP. A lot of owners now on Afro to make a difference in this round. And of course, considering Woxic doesn't have an AWP on his side either, that's okay. Steps ain't being heard there through bridge. And Afro spots 1.
Oh. Surely no more jumps. The nade doesn't quite make it, but it's enough of a distraction. Wicadia through the smoke. On the A4, interestingly enough, not usually your spam weapon, but he makes it work. And he comes away completely unscathed.
I think at the very least, there should be a gun for QB to pick up. So he bought a deagle. There you go. AK. He'll take it off the corpse of Matty's. If I win this is important. It's a risky force buy back in for fnatic in the sense that they had nothing left over and obviously took real hits when it came towards QB's firepower, but they're util overall. And now they've got to pull off an execute. Triple smoke, double flash, no mollies. That's the big one. It looks like it might start with a contact play. Body trying to lead the charge. He's actually been given a decent amount of room here. Only thing is how are they going to try and clear out short? Resmoke going to come through as well, so they've got some information here. This is tough.
Oh, Afro with the kill on the other side of the map, though. That's going to draw attention. With only 30 seconds, it's an AWP as well. Who the hell lurks with an AWP, right? Maja will drop him and discover that nobody's around, but it's just bought enough of that space for maybe the fnatic group to work with. However, Wicadia appears at the perfect time. Crim's round the side, can't even drop him. Not that it would have mattered. There was no time for him to win that round. 8th in for Eternal Fire. Gap closed exponentially. Bomb plant denied. This is doable.
Yeah, masterful there from Wicadia. Isolating his fights brilliantly. He said that was a big risk for fnatic and it didn't pay off. I do kind of love this play to a degree, though. That's a crazy shot in all fairness. But yeah, who lurks with an AWP? You know what I mean? It does sell the ruse because they do drag a rotation over, but it doesn't matter. Wicadia. Animal. Pistols. Just Glocks in this one, so expectations are tempered. Okay, Woxic getting the bulk of them. QB helping him out as well. And it's just the one casualty. Just the one. Not the worst thing in the world, losing Wicadia. For him in live, and a pretty simple eco put to bed. fnatic just getting that one out the way, knowing it really wasn't going to amount to all too much, and go, back into the buy here. Try and put the pressure back on. They need to try and keep hold of this lead as well now, because Eternal Fire are breathing down their necks.
Pace for fnatic, making their presence known. However, it's Crims on the other side of the map, looking to be a bit of a maestro over here. Woxic, slow encroachment round with the AWP, plucks one out of the air. Yes, sir, big kill for Eternal Fire.
Opener now. fnatic going to try and make a play elsewhere. As that molly starts to fade, Cream's going to make a move up on wood. One playing back 90. Not a Maja. As Calic's going to try and reclaim some space. I think they may have heard... No, yeah, I'm going to say, I thought they would have heard Crims. And a bit of noise, but Calic doesn't react in time. Do they know about the player back 90 is the question. The nade coming through doesn't really do all too much. Maja's still here. And still not spotted, it seems, but he's making noise. Caught by the flash. And Body making a move in behind. He has got good timing in the rotation. There's a mid player. One there. One behind him. How is Body still alive, but it's only temporarily.
It might be enough to throw that caution to the wayside. We'll see. Wicadia and Woxic moving back in to bolster up A after they had to take a brief departure. Nade coming in. Oh my god, the timing on that is almost perfect, even without the bomb going down, but it doesn't matter. The kills are coming in. That's all that matters. Double digits, Eternal Fire, giving fnatic another taste of the comeback.
Yeah, they're back, and they are better than ever. This is a really nice response coming through. Okie dokie. Now we're starting to cook a little bit. Eternal Fire. Looking good. And again, there's just nothing for fnatic here to work with. Cater calls him for a pause here and wants a conversation, but there won't be really a buy to work with. You know, they got 3k across the board. I think you're better off maybe a couple of upgraded pistols. We've seen some of these Tech 9 players try something, but I think realistically, you want the full buy next round. You want to Afro in towards the AWP. You want to have kind of all the trimmings around your belt when you look towards the util. So this one might be another one of those slightly more throwaway-ish rounds. Body had a gap, had an opportunity, but just couldn't make it work. He was stuck in two mines and stuck between a rock and a hard place. And whenever he's called upon, man, Wicadia always going to pick and find his moments. Super talented kid. This guy is ridiculous. And especially when XANTARES goes a little quiet as well. You've seen it in that previous map, and we're seeing it now. Wicadia is keeping them alive. 22 and 13. Like I said, a bit of a low buy-ish round, because we are seeing a Galil brought through here. And, you know, some half armor, decent amount of utility. So they're at least giving this a go. It's not a complete throwaway.
Calyx, first comes around for him. Mattis with a quick trade, however. Magic keeps him at bay for now with those flashes, but still, there's a bit of pressure on here. fnatic find the first. Put some fear into the CT side. XANTARES, right idea, can't quite capitalize. Mattis again trading things out. It's 2v2 here. It's XANTARES who jumps the gun a little early. Gives his position away and puts them on watch. Body, when the smoke goes down, will get it done. However, the fake out, the bomb going to get dropped. Wicadia has reset the game back to his favor. He's got the bomb now. Body's got to come to him. Wicadia has been absolutely unstoppable. And maybe, just maybe, he can keep that going. Keep that dream alive. Looks good for Wicadia. 11 comes in, and Eternal Fire grab the lead.
What a player. What a player. Woks are getting loud as well, making sure they can hear him. Beautiful. What a time, too. But I guess, you know, again, we're going to give them the slight little pinch of salt when we're saying this was a lower buy. 1 Galil was basically all they had to work with. But even still, you take them all the same. A close round, which is actually credit to fnatic in that one. Eternal Fire 2 rounds away from taking the map and the series in what has been an electric series of Counter-Strike. Matties, my God, he's taking a lot of damage to get through that molly. And is it even worth it? Nobody's showing for him. Bit of a flash comes round. But again, no peek, and Matties doesn't want to overface. So, in a way, he took all that damage to not really even utilize it.
Wicadia giddy for the fight here. He absolutely wants a scrappage. Not coming his way at this point. They are very safe on the Fnatic side of things. Nervous. Such a long series, such a hard-fought series, and the momentum is with Eternal Fire at the moment. Fnatic maybe running out of ideas. It is once again body at the top end of the scoreboard.
Yeah.
They're just spread out, waiting for someone to run into them, you know?
Molotov back 90 is good. Unlike QB, Magic gonna drop himself a smoke to stay alive as Afro finds a kill on towards Wicadia. That is as important as it gets. The big man dropped. Site taken too. Fnatic, good place to work with Crimson. The lurk, he just pulls the trigger a little too early. Ooh, gets a little on edge there. So now he's a known quantity, but he's at least drawing attention. Mad just sticks around holding the flank. And even saving stuff.
Saving.
There.
Yep, they're saving.
Even the thing about the save though, even they're going to be a little precarious about it, a little cautious because Crimson was somewhere lurking. You see them just making sure they clear every crevice of the B site. I'll probably stick around somewhere here, right? The question is of where is Crims, but little do they know he's nowhere to be seen. Fnatic answer back 11 all. He's those, for some teams, the dreaded 2 letters of OT looming. And for us, exciting, because this is what this sort of series deserves. The third map, OT, to show just how close these 2 sides have been.
All right, here we go. All to play for. As you say, so hard to split these teams right now, and that trend continues. Another overtime, maybe on the cards. It feels like it is deserving of it. And this one starts off slow. Fnatic again trying to contact towards B. Bit more confidence this time around from Eternal Fire, and just a little bit of utility after the smoke goes down. I think it's quite smart from them actually to just keep their opponents guessing, keep them fearful of a push. Fnatic back round for it, you know, so a trading of area control, area denial, but no one's been spotted yet.
Oof. QB, nice shot. Magic caught. Nade coming over. Calyx should have been hurt there as well on the step on the metal, but he's going to go back to double stack. A lot of util being dropped here. And of force, again, Calyx out. But they're not committing to this. It's all part of the plan. Body going to stick around as they're doubling away. Wicadia tucks sandbags. He's going to be the difference maker. They do have a molly to get rid of him. But it's a question, do they use it or do they contact this? Because they could use the molly traditionally over towards headshot or holding. Calyx finding as well, body on the lurk. Wicadia unchecked, uncleared, and he could line a couple up. He sees 3. 1, 2 lined up, and for the third coming through. Wicadia's done masterful work, but they've got to clear that. Fnatic, that's a poor mistake. Molotov not used until too late, and Wicadia goes unchecked.
That is how it goes as well. The one round in gotta be easily 50, maybe even 100 for some teams, that you don't do some kind of check. You don't have the mollies, you don't have the nade stack. Nade stack's fair enough because you're not focusing A. Molly, I mean, you probably could have expended one down there. The main thing is just get a player a little bit wide as you're moving in. Why not? You know, you've got a guy in a gap anyway. It's not like you have to really worry about your pathing being super narrow. You can give it a little check, and it might just have saved you. At the very least, the trade would come in, you'd think. Not over yet, though. Not over yet. Eternal Fire, they've done a lot there. Major, he goes in for the same move as the last round. There'll be a slight variation on the flash. This time it works out.
Wicadia tagged, but the numbers in favor of Eternal Fire is all that matters. And it got eerily quiet around that. He's sticking around looking for a fight. Quiet by his standards, we said, right? Somebody so important to fnatic, but he hasn't really been finding too much form. Still body leading the way in terms of the numbers department. It does, generally speaking, tell a bit of a worrying sign, but fnatic have kept this game close. QB, util, being set up. It's good to come through, but are they going to commit the bomb is the question. He's on the back of body.
Matties will find Wicadia. Magia. Oh, the smoke goes down late. He's so low, and he's straight into another molly. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, it's a little bit of a blunder out from him. Nerves getting the better of him, you know. You're smoking, you're sticking around, you're fighting. Pick one. He kind of tried to do all three. I don't know. 4v3, definitely not out of the question, of course. They're late to it. XANTARES just checking mid, make sure there's no flank around. He's going to move in from bridge here, an easy find for Afro. They have no utility, bro. Like, what do you want me to do? Woxic falls, another overtime to conclude this series. Goodness gracious, an absolute barn burner. Yeah, you can see Crim's just like, oh my god. Probably gone to sleep, you know, his backside, just his tailbone. I've been there, man, I've been there. Don't want to move at all. Just has to reset himself before we get into the OT.
What an insane game of Counter-Strike. We've been blessed with a 13-10, map number 1. And overtime, 16-14 in fnatic's favor, and they're looking to do it once again. And of course, similar to what we saw, and it is fnatic having to play catch-up to get it towards overtime. But last time out in that map number 2, they were 12-10 down, took it to OT with a great run of form, and then ran away with OT. And I'm hoping they can do it again here. Woxic up close, a freebie for him, a first found. Will they expect Crims? Maybe not. Oh, but Crims a little asleep at the wheel, a little laboured on the spray. He will fall. They've got space to work with, though. At the very least, they've got the A site.
Molly forces life a bit awkward. Body up close. There's a smoke that actually goes down. He's ready for a fight, but Wicadia was in on a different angle. Looking very, very good here. Bomb not even being attempted just yet. Afro with the banger. Does get one. They've got to get that bomb down, though. Try and reset the game a little bit. Smoke and a flash to keep them at bay and allow that bomb plant to come in. Matty's doing a good job on that at the very least. Afro, though, probably going to have to be a hero with the AWP. They both group up together. They're looking for a flank. There is actually no flank coming. So that's one angle of the game eliminated. And Eternal Fire, you can see, not wanting to mess this up, man. 4v2, first round of overtime. Sometimes you see teams just fly in a situation like this, but they are indeed playing it as proper as they possibly can. Hold coming in. Gotta get him off it. Matties, it's just not gonna happen. Nade goes down. It was the right idea, just not enough bodies. Wicadia, who else to close out the round?
Yeah, exactly. This guy is just inevitable. Always stepping up. So damn reliable. What a find as well, right? I mean, his story through the academy, joining this team when they, I mean, honestly, when they needed him most, but it didn't, you know, start out flourishing. He was a little inconsistent. Obviously, you kind of expect that being a youngster coming in at the tier 1 level, but my God, since he's found his comfortability in his form, just so good. These are a couple of shots, though. Credit the AWP getting active, but yeah, not enough. Got a pause called here as well. Faber and Kate again on the mic. Kate really was, as we saw, kind of trying to rally the troops throughout, trying to get them back into this one. Instead of Fire, who draw first blood in overtime, and they're looking to see whether they can continue it rocking forward. they can make the CT side, even 2 out of 3 rounds on the CT side, that wouldn't be too bad. We take that. At times, Eternal Fire's T side was so hard to stop.
Continuing on. Game not over yet. Eternal Fire. Oh, looking for the entry. It's the nade that dishes out the early damage. Wicadia, absolutely need him to stay alive. You've got Wicadia, 29 kills. Madja, 8. He's had a rough series. He has had a rough series, actually. Yes, IGL, but he went into the overtime of Inferno with, I believe, 7 kills.
Yeah.
So these are Zeus-like numbers, if anyone remembers that guy. I shouldn't throw shade at Zeus. He doesn't even play the game anymore. But
just vibing out, man. You have to do him like that.
I'm sorry. He's not quite good enough. Eternal Fire need Wicadia is what I'm saying. This guy has to stay alive. Woxic as well behind him. So they have to be careful with who they lose early.
Let's see. No kill just yet. We're inside that minute mark. Bomb not committed either. On the back of bodies are starting to group up here through B stairs. Move starting to be made. Nade back white. And actually they kind of gave up the site itself. They kind of gambled over towards A. And they still are. They're still gambling towards A. And the gamble's not going to pay off. The site's going to be taken by fnatic. And it's just Madja to try and stop them. But he's going to get one. At the very least, that's something. And he's still alive as well. As he touches heading towards Gen. Tag coming through. Madja again finding more. And how did he get that third? What is happening? Eternal Fire walk away with a flawless round off the back of initially gambling A. That is ridiculous, and credit to Madja. He may have been quiet the majority of this map, but he picked his moment.
Well, there's the impact for you, absolutely. You've got to give credit to the flashes over the top, though. So well played. And yeah, Madja for 2. It was Wicadia that came in. I just saw the kill feed pop off. And it did blow my mind a little bit, but yeah, goodness, Eternal Fire counting themselves very lucky after that. One more sets them in pretty good stead here if they can get it. A faster B move. Afro gonna find the first. Madja will get the utility down, but it's not gonna stop Crims from closing the gap. Madja does take him. 4 versus 4 now. Flashes over the top. Utility coming round from both sides. Madja melting, somehow alive. More flames. And Madja is in the thick of it here. Flames to stop the bomb from going down. Nades as well. Oh my god. Will they be ready when this smoke dissipates, though, is the big question. Woxic to find QB. Bomb has yet to be planted. It's Matty's on the backside that they're trying to buy time for. Wicadia ready for it. Did he see him? I think he might just have done. He definitely does now. They're so ready for it. It's unfortunate. Maybe they think the bomb's been pulled out. That's kind of the only thing. Wicadia is going to go and check on that. It's all down to body. He's recovered the bomb. And he's up against for a small shake of the head. He knows he doesn't really have a chance in this.
Yeah, he's got 45 seconds to sit here and hope that somebody or too many people give him a fight to potentially draw it back in his favor. Damage dealt towards Wicadia, towards Madja, gave a chance, but it's Woxic at range. You see it off with the AWP. Flawless CT side from Eternal Fire. 15-12. My God, what a performance we are getting now in towards overtime. In the same way that when fnatic on Inferno clawed it back to OT, they then ran away with it. Eternal Fire running away with this one currently. And of course, there's no doubts in our mind who is the star. Wicadia 32-15. What a player. What a player. fnatic. Not tournament life on the line, but I guess series life on the line. What have you got for us? 15-12. It is quite literally do or die in this one. Molotov going to come over to catch body. Goes over towards Ram, but there's nothing really on offer for him.
Slow wind up here. Wicadia looking for a gap. 32 kills to his name. They're giving him some free reign, I think rightfully so. Looking at his mini-map, trying to figure out where he's at and what's going on. Nobody on the other side of the smoke here. Slow round. Eternal Fire, they only have to get it right once.
All goes eerily quiet. 45 seconds. So Matty's going to try and play up close here. Still going to come over, and the Molotov will force him away. Just about avoids the spam as well. But XANTARES can swing behind this. Absolutely could. Doesn't quite catch anybody off guard. And Matty's going to try and swing into it. We are swinging into XANTARES. 2 kills to his name. Wicadia add to the tally as well. That should be game, set, and match. As fnatic are thrust into a 2 versus 5. Eternal Fire. This map, this series, has showcased some of their best. And yes, they may have lost one as Wicadia drops, and he has been the talisman to success. But I don't think there's any chance here. This 2 versus 4 would require something masterful. Wicadia gets dinked. QB looking to close as he tries to get on towards the site. No util, surely no chance. A tap on towards the bomb. And a swing coming through. XANTARES finds one, and Calix will close. Eternal Fire. Another victory under the belt. And fnatic, another last spot. Honestly, what a game, what a series. 3 maps, 2 different overtimes across the final 2. We were blessed with some beautiful Counter-Strike here.
Yeah, absolutely, man. A credit to both teams, really.